Welcome back to another week of the Tiger Sports Show, where we do a quick rundown of everything going on sports-wise at Hastings High School. I'm your host, Greg Mays, and I'm here with my brother,
Trent Mays.
He's here again, and we're back to run over things. Let's start with that football trip out west. Tigers headed out to Scottsbluff last week, looking to change some things. Hadn't beaten the Bearcats in a while. How did it go?
Well, they had a huge first half, had to get there first, and we're used to all those trips, so very businesslike. They made a couple stops on their way out. Tigers led 38-0 at halftime and 145-6, and the clock ran a lot of the second half. So,
did they have pulled pork and cheesy potatoes on the way out?
Not sure about the menu.
You didn't check the menu?
No, I didn't check the menu.
That's the most important part of the trip to Scottsbluff.
I just know they got out there in a timely fashion and took care of business. So.
All right. Well, before the Lions trip, I want you to check on the menu.
Okay, I'll check on the menu.
All right. Who led the scoring for the Tigers?
Well, the Tigers talked to a few coaches, and just what my impressions of the game, they played probably their best game of the year so far. I think they just keep raising the bar effort-wise and focus. Exploded for 31 points in the second quarter. Had 3 Bison turnovers. This isn't the same Bison. Bearcat. Yeah, whoops, I'm still on McCook mode.
Yeah.
Isn't the same Bearcat team we've played in the past. But the 3 turnovers, they turned them into 21 quick points. Cynic threw 5 touchdown passes to 5 different receivers and completed another one to a 6. McCook seemed happy about limiting Little
Scottsbluff did?
Man, Scottsbluff, you don't want, okay, sorry. Scottsbluff seemed...
Red and black, out west, it's all very confusing. Old Big Ten teams.
Yeah.
You know, this was kind of Big Ten weekend.
Yeah,
we went out and beat Scottsbluff. North Platte was beating Fremont.
Yeah.
And...
Columbus, Norfolk?
Was it Columbus, Norfolk?
Yeah, they played.
Yeah, it was Old Big Ten week.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Hopefully I stopped talking about McCook.
You want a little Scottsbluff fun fact for you? We looked up the series record last time, right? It had been a long time since we had beaten Scottsbluff.
Yeah.
So that was big. But we were in the Big Ten Conference for Scottsbluff from 1945 until 1985. How many times do you think Hastings and Scottsbluff played in those 40 years?
0.
0. They never played.
Wow.
All the games between Hastings and Scottsbluff have happened once we weren't in the same conference anymore, though they were in the GNAC, but there's no football conference. But all right, finish up. How did they finish up? I mean, the explosion happened in the second quarter instead of the third.
Yeah, towards the end of the second quarter. Just three Bearcat turnovers led to 21 points. They had 31 points in the second quarter, which is very un-high school-like. Again, Cynic threw 5 touchdown passes, and he's up to 13 for the season. So
we're going to get to see that film later. What's the school record for touchdown passes?
It's 9.
9?
Yeah. So
I think he's going to get it.
I think he has some work to do. He set that last year.
We'll check with the math teachers.
Beatrice.
Oh, no, you mean in one game. What's for the season?
Oh, I think he has it 29.
29?
That's what he had last year.
So he's 13.
13, so he's
through
16
3
off.
He's got a chance.
Yeah.
He's got a chance.
So just the fact that they had the running, they got Solely loose, Sullivan. They did that. They gave up a big play, and they showed their speed, because we were talking about it just a second ago with some other coaches in the building. How many teams are going to run that guy down at the Tiger 14-yard line?
When Calvage chase that kid down, that was a chance for Scottsbluff to...
because it was 17-0. It would have been 17-7.
They could have got back in.
We stopped them on 4th down. We lost some yards, and Cynic makes maybe a play that high school quarterbacks don't make. Rolled out in the end zone to his right, had to shake 2 defenders, got out of the end zone, still kept his presence along the sideline, and hit a 19-yard pass for a first down while rushing into the sideline and having half the Scottsbluff defense chasing after him. On defense, Blake Davis, the senior middle linebacker, keeps causing destruction. Jeff Samuelson, a junior, coming out of nowhere. It shows the Tiger depth at safety. He's been playing a little linebacker too for him. That guy is everywhere. The radio guys from Scottsbluff kept talking that they couldn't stop him. And then Mr. Reliable Bo Dreer dings a shoulder 2 weeks ago. Dreer kids are tough. You can just ask.
He had big offensive play too.
He had the big 42-yard touchdown pass.
All right, so lots of people getting their names in the paper.
Yeah.
You feel like the defense is coming along? Because that's what I want to hear about.
Well, they've only given up 4 touchdowns in 3 games. So,
all right.
Like I said last week, in this high school football, you're going to give up yards. They gave up a couple big plays, but they really hunker down. We have crazy speed getting to the outside. Teams are having a hard time getting to the edge with the Tiger defenders.
All right, well, Tigers are 3-0. The only 3-0 team in the state, because the Bears of Laurel, Concord, Coleridge went down.
Yep.
They went down hard to Stanton. So we're the only 3-0 team in the state.
Last time we started 3-0, we looked that up.
1993.
Yeah.
1993. That would be the answer for the last time for 4-0 too.
Yeah. Last time before that, 2-0 was 1988. Yeah. I was a junior in high school.
And you were key on that. I remember you running out to get the tee.
No, I was
slipping and falling. Wasn't that game?
No, it was not that game.
Oh, it was not that game.
You're putting stuff in my... They beat GI Northwest in 1988. That was a huge win. That's the same weekend President Reagan came to town.
It was like a festival around here.
Yeah, it was a festival because we started 2-0 as a small Class A team, beat Lincoln Northeast the week before and just whooped them, which was fun to beat a Lincoln team. But then things didn't last after that.
It didn't. All right, well, hopefully this year it lasts. Yeah. We'll get to the Gering game at the end, and then at the end of all this, we're going to watch that Scottsbluff team so people can see if they think you're right about this team. They can kind of watch and compare it to what you're saying.
Okie dokie.
All right. Making a quick run through the other Tiger sports. Boys tennis took a loss to McCook last week. Their match with Norfolk today, it's Tuesday when we're filming, has been postponed, so they're not headed to the big country today. I don't know when they'll reschedule that, but they've got Lincoln High at home on Thursday. Big matchup for the boys. Your weather forecast says that that's in doubt?
Well, they don't think it's going to stop raining until Friday.
Wow. So, well, it hasn't rained in a month and a half, so we're due a little bit. All right.
It's going to come down all at once.
Saturday, tennis is heading west to North Platte.
Wow.
Will they have the snow cleared by then?
It didn't look like there was going to be much snow.
They weren't getting much? I was hoping.
Because it's still too warm. They hit 100 degrees over the weekend, and then it was snowing today.
All right. You didn't know you were going to get a weather update here. Okay, girls golf is at the Lexington Invite this week. Volleyball has Grand Island tonight. Got Grand Island back on the varsity schedule.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I reminded the girls how I feel about Grand Island.
Yeah, it's Islander Day.
Yeah, my feelings are not complicated. They need to get out and win that. Then they're off till a week from Thursday. Big gap in the varsity volleyball schedule when they'll head down to Holdridge. Softball also postponed tonight. They were supposed to see Aurora and Cozad. Aurora, an improved softball team.
Yeah, 8-2.
Yeah,
that was a big points game. Hopefully we can get that back on the...
I'm sure Mrs. Douglas is working on that and getting back. Plus Aurora's close. We ought to be able to get that in. They'll be playing in the St. Cecilia Invite this Saturday. Now, if you're hoping for Tigers Blue Hawk clash, they're in opposite pools. You're not going to see that. Tigers are going to get Crete and Grand Island Central Catholic, which I think...
Grand Island Central Catholic, pretty good team too. They're 8-2, 10-2.
Are they still a co-op
with
Central
Wood River
Catholic
and Donovan Trumbull? So
we still got 8 cousins playing for Wood River.
Yeah, we do. So we're be stretched, and then
the Mays family could be a little conflicted.
Yeah, and then that's a good points game too. Who else? Crete's got a good team. They always have.
Well, I know they got that catcher's gone who caused me so much trouble in basketball. So that's good.
We're good that she's gone.
I sent her a graduation card. Okay, next Tuesday they've got McCook at home.
Yeah,
at home.
So nice little
softball's starting to get some home stands. Cross country, I'm going to do this right. Cross country went out to Cozad. The boys finished second. Johnny Lopez led the boys by finishing second. The girls finished sixth. Chelsea Espinoza finished second for the girls. The boys are in the process of getting healthy. Not quite sure about the girls. They're going over to Aurora. Always a fun meet over at Aurora. If you've ever been over there, parking is limited. Man, you got to park in the neighborhood around the country club. You got to basically, it's sometimes a street fight for parking.
It's getting you ready for the state cross country meet. Parking's limited there too. Been there once.
Yeah, it's tough. You got to really want to get to cross country.
Softball had a big win Saturday. They went to Omaha. They blasted Ralston.
Ralston, yeah.
And then Sammy Schmidt hit a big 3-run homer against Elkhorn, got him the win. It's always nice to beat a Metro team, get you more points. They're sitting 2 in the wild card points right now. In softball, their season's pretty much a sprint. So, you know, 1st of September, you got to be looking for district positioning and stuff. So.
That's right. That was a big win. Big win all the way in Omaha for the softball team. All right. Gehring at home. They have to make the long drive. I noticed the Lions and Scottsbluff are also coming out here to play Northwestern Aurora. Maybe they thought we could. Yeah. Last week, 3 of us went out there, and now they're coming here. What do you know about the Gehring Bulldogs?
Gehring's video looks like they're a spread team, but they like to run the ball. Scoring has been limited for them, so we just need to take care of business this week.
Have they gotten both their games in?
I think they had.
Did they lose one to a Colorado team?
They might have lost one at the beginning, but they had a.
Because Colorado's not playing until the spring, so if you had them scheduled, you lost.
They had a makeup game that didn't count.
Okay.
At first, but they've given up a ton of points in both. Tigers just got to keep raising that bar. We need to keep working on not playing perfect, but just doing everything, going from going from snap to whistle as hard as you can.
All right, week by week, day by day, play by play. It's homecoming.
Yep.
What's that mean?
Well, homecoming, old Coach Olson rule comes into play. So important to win the homecoming game. There's no dance this year, but as Coach Olson would say, the girls look prettier. So
after a win?
Yeah.
After a win. Well, there you go. All right, so we're going to go to the film, Scottsbluff Hastings. Last week, Scottsbluff's great old stadium. You'll get to see that as the Tigers really just took charge early and got the clock running, got the running clock rule, and ran away with that game. So Hastings and Scottsbluff, and then we'll see you Friday night out at Hastings College for Hastings and Gehring.